here for this one. Really good match. We waited a long time, and now we've got this fight. One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. And there's an uppercut, a big uppercut, and his knees buckled that time. There was so much hype surrounding this match, I wonder if it can actually live up to the hype.
You have certain fighters that are born for this, that are made for the big crowd. And looking at that corner right there, that is that fighter right there. They have elevated, lifted, it's like they're not touching the ground. This is what they were born for.
Nice counter shot. The straight right just misses. To be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Couldn't land that jab. Well done with that counter shot. He misses with that jab. And shoot. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. A perfect counter lands. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Nice counter punch. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. As bad as Bob. On to the second round. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Punch output. Thought there might be more action here. They exchange punches. And he scores with the counter. A typical outside fighter, as you know, focuses on defense, stick and move, stick and move.
Outside fights create so much unpredictable movement, move left to right, box forward, box backwards. You don't know if they're going to attack or defend. Nightmare fighters.
They both want a knockout, you can tell. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Robinson in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's get it started in round 3. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Counter shot lands. You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. counter punch. Nice counter shot. That jab doesn't find a home. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
There's a counter shot. By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. You don't want to trade shots. The straight right just misses. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. And there's the bell to start round 4. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
You'd like to see more jabs. A perfect counter shot. How about that time counter shot? Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Here he is bouncing on his toes, trying to get some energy. Beautiful counter shot. Good counter punching. The straight right just misses. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Both men step back for just a moment. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Robinson in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them. Back into the fray here in round 5. After that last round, something has got to change.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Well, with welterweights, they sometimes bring you the best of both worlds. Fast hands and power.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter. A fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed.
How about that impact? Let's see that again in slow motion.
Shot from the gods, they say. 1, 2, 3, 4. Give me your blood.
Well, they're back up now, but they've got to be cautious. Cannot afford to trade back now, can they, Johnny?
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
Halfway through the round, and I think we all know who's winning here.
The corners must be so happy. Down to a T, play the plan out to a T. If they can pick up momentum and do this over and over and over again, they've got it.
Straight right just misses. Those counter punches have to hurt. Down goes Sugar Ray Leonard. How about that impact? Let's see that again in slow motion.
Even I've got to see that again. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. Beaten. Here we go in the 6th round. Is this the beginning of the end after 2 knockdowns last round?
2 knockdowns in that last round. There'll be sheer panic in that corner. What do? Do they throw the towel in? Do they let him come back out again? Because they know their fighter is like a lamb to the slaughter.
When are we going to see a jab from... And there's no doubt about it as we see it again. That body shot did them in.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
They're back on their feet, but how long will they stay there?
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight's capable of doing and what their fight can and can't.
I gotta stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. Sugar Ray Robinson just got rocked. And right back into the fray.
Bing Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
At the halfway point, there's no doubt who's won this round so far.
Perfect game plan. The thing is, can anybody figure out what to do to change this? It's a perfect start.
Good counter punch. This fighter's certainly not going to out-throw their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
So we enter the final 10 seconds here in a pretty dominant display. Talk about Robinson in that last round. Let's see how the corner handles their fighter here after being dropped. Here we go. It's round 7. Last round was a disaster. What can they do here to turn this around?
2 knockdowns and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs would feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
Punch caught him clean. And he did catch him. He caught him clean. Clean as a whistle. The straight right just misses. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
A very competitive round here so far.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Goes the jab, but does not score. Nice counter. The straight right just misses. He threw a punch and just got countered. one-hitter quitter. What a knockout shot. Let's take another look.
You're right, Todd. What a...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Talk about Robinson in that last round. They get 1 minute between rounds. This fighter wished it was 10 minutes after being dropped twice in the last. And we enter the 8th round. It's been a nightmare so far. What can they do to turn this around?
I have no idea what they have left. How'd you come back from something like that? Not on twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. Beautiful counterpunch. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
Nice counterpunch. Down goes Sugar Ray. Cue up the replay machine. I have got to see that again.
I've got to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are you okay?
Can't believe they managed to beat the count, but that could be the last hurrah.
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your ego's hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back in the game again. It's so hard for a fighter.
Wow, that impact was incredible. Let's take another look at it.
That's lights out, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
What a dominant performance, and it shows up on the judges' scorecards as a unanimous decision.
What a whitewash. You know, that's skills, that's class, that's levels. One is up